Hey English learners, welcome back to the podcast, your warm little corner of the internet where we learn real English together, one easy conversation at a time. I'm Sarah, and I have to tell you something before we start today. I almost didn't leave my house this morning. I looked out the window, grey sky, dark clouds, that heavy kind of air that just says no, stay inside, make tea, forget the world exists. And I stood there for a full 2 minutes, just staring at the sky like it had personally offended me. Have you ever done that? Just stood at your window having a silent argument with the weather? Because I do it constantly. When it rains on a day I plan to go out, I take it personally. When it's too hot and I can't sleep, I take it personally. When it's cold in the morning but somehow burning hot by afternoon, I take it very personally. The weather and I have a complicated relationship. But here's the funny thing. Even though the weather drives me a little crazy sometimes, it is also the thing that starts more conversations than almost anything else. You walk into a room, you don't know what to say, you look outside. Did you see the rain today? It's so hot, isn't it? Finally some sunshine. And suddenly a conversation, just like that. The weather is the world's most universal small talk topic. Every culture, every country, every language, people talk about the weather. And in English, knowing how to talk about the weather well is actually a superpower for small talk. It opens doors. It starts friendships. It fills silences in the most natural, comfortable way. So today that's exactly what we're going to learn. How to talk about the weather in English. Not just it's hot, not just it's raining. But really talk about it, with feeling, with natural phrases, with the kind of language that makes you sound comfortable and fluent. And at the end, our word tour. We'll walk slowly through the most useful weather words and expressions so they stay with you long after this episode ends. This is a B1 level episode, perfect if you're intermediate, and if you're A2, stay with me, you'll understand more than you expect, and if something feels fast, just listen again. The second time always feels easier, I promise. And one small thing before we start, if this podcast helps you feel more confident in English, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. Every like, every subscribe, every share helps more learners like you find this little corner of the internet. And I love reading your comments, so after you listen, come say hello. Okay, let's talk about the weather. Have you ever been in an elevator with a stranger and had absolutely no idea what to say? Or sat next to someone new at work or school and felt that uncomfortable silence stretching out between you? Or waited in a long, boring queue, standing next to someone you don't know, both of you just staring forward? These moments happen to everyone, even to people who speak English perfectly, even to native speakers. And the weather saves these moments. Because here's what makes it so perfect as a conversation starter. First, everyone experiences it. You both just walked through the same rain, you both felt the same heat today, you're sharing the same sky, it's already something you have in common before you even open your mouth. Second, it's completely safe. Talking about the weather doesn't ask too much of anyone. It doesn't touch politics or money or personal life, it's light, it's comfortable, it's easy to respond to. Third, it naturally leads somewhere. A weather comment almost always invites a response, and that response opens a door to the next topic. The weather becomes a bridge to a real conversation. So learning to talk about the weather in English isn't a small thing. It's actually learning how to connect with people, how to open a conversation with confidence, how to feel comfortable in those quiet in-between moments. And the good news is you don't need complicated vocabulary to do it well. You just need the right phrases, the right feeling words, and a little practice. Let's start building that now. These are the most common ways to describe rain in English. Say them with me if you want. It's raining, it's pouring, this means very heavy rain, not just rain, a lot of rain. It's drizzling, this is light, soft rain, the kind that isn't quite rain but isn't quite mist either. It's been raining all day. It looks like rain, the sky looks heavy, rain is coming but hasn't started yet. Now for sunshine and heat. It's sunny, it's gorgeous out. This is a very natural expression. Gorgeous here means beautiful weather, warm, bright, perfect. It's boiling, very hot, uncomfortably hot, like why is it this hot, I can't think straight. It's warm for this time of year, warmer than expected, a gentle observation. The sun is out, simple, natural, the clouds moved and the sun appeared. And for cold weather, it's freezing, very cold, sometimes dramatically cold, even if it's just a little chilly, people say freezing. It's bitter outside, cold with wind, the kind that cuts right through your coat. There's a chill in the air, not freezing, just a soft coolness, often used in autumn. It's nippy, slightly cold, but in a gentle, friendly way. And for cloudy or grey days, it's overcast, completely covered by clouds, no sun visible at all. It's grey today, a very common way to describe a cloudy, dull day. It's a bit gloomy out, dark and heavy, the kind of weather that makes you want to stay inside. It's muggy, hot and humid, warm but heavy and uncomfortable, like the air is too thick. Now here's what makes all of these sound really natural, adding a feeling word. Not just it's raining, but it's absolutely pouring out there, not just it's hot. But it's boiling today, I can barely think straight. Not just it's cloudy, but it's so grey and gloomy, perfect staying inside weather. That little extra word, absolutely barely so, makes your English sound real, natural, human. Now let's talk about how to actually use all of this in a real conversation. Because vocabulary is one thing, but using it naturally in the moment is something else entirely. Here are some natural ways to open a weather conversation. Things people say every single day in English. Can you believe this weather? Said when the weather is surprising or extreme in some way. What a beautiful day, horrible weather today, isn't it? A gentle complaint that invites agreement. Finally some sunshine, I thought it would never come. I don't know how people live in this heat. It came out of nowhere, this rain, when it started suddenly and caught everyone off guard. And here are natural ways to respond when someone starts a weather conversation. I know, right, I'm absolutely soaked. Tell me about it, I nearly didn't come out today. Hopefully it clears up later. Clears up means the rain or clouds go away. I actually love this kind of weather, a slightly surprising response that makes the conversation interesting. It's supposed to get better this weekend, apparently, adding information about the forecast. Notice something about all of these responses. They don't just say yes or no, they add something small, a personal detail, a feeling, a piece of information. That's what keeps the conversation alive. When someone says, horrible weather today, isn't it, and you say yes, the conversation dies. But when you say, tell me about it, I nearly didn't leave the house, suddenly there's warmth. There's connection. There's a story beginning. So your job isn't just to respond, it's to respond and add one small thing. One detail, one feeling, one question, that's all it takes. Let me show you a full natural weather exchange, so you can hear how it flows. A. What a day, I got absolutely drenched on my way here. B. I know it came out of nowhere, I didn't even bring an umbrella. A. Me neither, I genuinely thought it was going to be nice today. B. Same, hopefully it clears up this afternoon. I hope so, I've got to walk home later. Short, warm, real, two people connecting over a shared experience, that's all small talk is. And the weather made it happen. Now once the small talk door is open, once you've commented on today's weather, the conversation often naturally moves to seasons, to preferences, to memories. And this is where you can really show your personality in English. Here are some natural ways to talk about your favorite, or least favorite, season. I'm a summer person, honestly. I come alive in the heat. Winter is my season. I love the cold, the cozy evenings, the excuse to stay inside. I think autumn is underrated. The colors, the cool air, I love it. Spring is my favorite, everything feels new and fresh. And here's how to explain why, with natural, simple language. There's something about winter evenings that just makes me feel safe. All the lights on, something warm to drink, I love it. I can't stand summer humidity. It makes me feel like I'm breathing through a wet towel. Autumn just feels like a fresh start to me. New notebooks, new routines, cooler air, I always feel more motivated. Spring always makes me want to go outside and do everything. Clean the house, start new things, take long walks. See how personal these are. They're not just describing the weather, they're describing a feeling, a memory, a personality. And that's what makes conversation interesting, not facts, feelings. So when you talk about the weather, don't just describe it. Tell people how it makes you feel, what it makes you want to do, what memory it brings back. That's where real connection happens. Now let's have some fun, because English has some wonderful weather idioms, fixed expressions that use weather words but mean something much bigger. These are used in everyday conversation all the time, and knowing them makes your English sound genuinely fluent. Every cloud has a silver lining. This means, even in a bad situation, there is something good if you look for it. The cloud is the difficult thing. The silver lining is the hidden good part hiding inside it. I lost my job, but I found a much better one because of it. Every cloud has a silver lining. Under the weather, this means feeling slightly unwell, not seriously sick, just a little off, not quite yourself. I'm a bit under the weather today, I think I'm getting a cold. A storm in a teacup. This means a big argument or drama about something very small and unimportant. They argued for an hour about where to sit. It was a complete storm in a teacup. Take a rain check. This means to decline something now but leave the door open for another time. I can't make it tonight, can I take a rain check? Maybe next week. On cloud 9, this means extremely happy, floating, the best feeling in the world. She got the job she always wanted. She's been on cloud 9 all week. Get wind of something. This means to hear a rumor or piece of news, often before it's officially announced. I got wind of some changes coming at work. Nothing official yet, but something is happening. Steal someone's thunder. This means to take attention away from someone at their important moment. She announced her own news right before my presentation and completely stole my thunder. These idioms are so useful, and you don't need to use all of them. Even knowing 2 or 3 and using them naturally will make your English sound so much more alive. My personal favourites: under the weather, take a rain check, and on cloud 9. Try to use at least one of those this week. Just once, see how it feels. Now let's put everything together and look at 3 different real-life situations where you might talk about the weather in English. First situation: at work or school, greeting a colleague. You arrive, it's raining. Your colleague looks up, you say, "What a morning, I'm completely soaked." They say, "I know, it's been raining since 6 apparently." You say, "I didn't even check the forecast, big mistake." They say, "Hopefully it stops before lunch." You say, "Fingers crossed." Fingers crossed, a very natural English expression meaning "I hope so." You literally cross your fingers for good luck. Second situation: meeting someone new at a social event. You're standing outside, it's a warm evening. You say, "It's such a beautiful evening, isn't it?" They say, "It really is, I love this time of year." You say, "Me too," that moment when summer finally arrives and you remember why you waited through all that grey. They say, "Exactly, are you a summer person?" You say, "Completely you." And just like that, a real conversation. The weather opened it. Seasons kept it going. Third situation: texting a friend. You write, "Have you seen this weather?" with a sun emoji. They write back, "I know, finally." You write, "I'm thinking of going to the park this afternoon, want to come?" The weather became a reason to connect. A reason to make plans, it does that. Before our word tour, your tiny mission for today. Think about the weather right now where you are, right this moment. Is it hot, cold, raining, sunny, grey, perfect? Describe it in 3 sentences in English. Use at least one new phrase from today. You can write it in your notebook. Record a voice note on your phone. Or post it in the comments. I would genuinely love to read it. Here's a structure if you want one. Right now where I am, it's, I feel, this kind of weather makes me want to. 3 sentences, 1 moment, that's all. And if you use one of the idioms, even better. Write it down, use it once, it becomes yours. All right, my friend. Time for word tour, our slow vocabulary walk through today's most useful weather words and phrases. Take your time with these. Repeat after me if you want. The more you say them out loud, the more natural they become. First word: drizzle. Drizzle is very light, soft rain, not heavy. Almost more like mist with a little purpose. It's just drizzling, you probably don't need an umbrella. I love a drizzly morning with a good cup of tea. Drizzle, drizzle. Next word pour. To pour means to rain very heavily. Not drizzle, pour, a lot of rain fast and hard. It's absolutely pouring out there, I can barely see the street. We got caught in a downpour on the way home. Pour, pouring. Next word overcast. Overcast means the sky is completely covered by clouds. No sun, grey and flat, it's been overcast all day, I haven't seen a single patch of blue sky. I actually find overcast days good for focusing, no distractions from the window. Overcast, overcast. Next word muggy. Muggy means hot and humid, warm but heavy and uncomfortable, the air feels thick. I can't stand muggy weather, it makes me feel like I can't breathe properly. August gets so muggy in the city, everyone looks exhausted. Muggy, muggy. Next phrase, clear up. To clear up means the rain or clouds go away and the weather improves. The forecast says it should clear up by afternoon. I'm waiting for it to clear up before I go out. Clear up, clear up. Next phrase, under the weather. To feel under the weather means to feel slightly unwell. Not seriously sick, just a little off. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, I think I need an early night. She sounded under the weather on the phone, under the weather, under the weather. Next phrase, on cloud nine. To be on cloud nine means to be extremely happy, floating with joy. He passed his English exam, he's been on cloud nine since he heard the news. I felt on cloud nine after that conversation. On cloud nine, on cloud nine. Next phrase, take a rain check. To take a rain check means to say no to something now but leave the door open for another time. I can't make it tonight, can I take a rain check? She took a rain check on dinner but we rescheduled for next week. Take a rain check, take a rain check. Next word, forecast. The forecast is the prediction of future weather, what the weather will be like tomorrow, this week, this weekend. Have you checked the forecast for the weekend? The forecast says sunshine all week, I'll believe it when I see it. Forecast, forecast. Last phrase, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed means I hope so, used when you want something good to happen but aren't completely sure it will. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain on Saturday, we have a picnic planned. The forecast looks good, fingers crossed it stays that way. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Those are your 10 words and phrases for today. Drizzle, pour, overcast, muggy, clear up, under the weather, on cloud nine, take a rain check, forecast, fingers crossed. Pick 2, use them this week, just twice, that's enough to start making them yours. And here we are at the end of another episode together. I want to say something before we go. The weather outside right now, wherever you are, is doing something. It's raining or shining or grey or perfect or too hot or too cold. And now you have the words to describe it. In English, with feeling, with confidence. That's not small, that's a real skill. And you built it today just by showing up and listening. Language learning is so much like the weather actually. Some days feel clear and easy, you understand everything, words come quickly, you feel confident. Other days feel grey and heavy, nothing sticks, you feel behind, you wonder if you're making any progress at all. But here's the truth. Both kinds of days are part of it, both are moving you forward, even the grey days, even the days that feel like nothing happened. You just have to keep showing up. And you did today, so I'm really proud of you for that. Your mission, 3 sentences about the weather where you are right now. Post them in the comments. Tell me where you're listening from and what the sky looks like above you at this very moment. I want to picture your little corner of the world. If today's episode helped you feel a little more confident, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with one friend who is learning English. It means everything and it helps more learners find us. I'm Sarah, this has been your English Flow podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Whatever the weather, keep walking, you're doing better than you think. Bye for now.